What's going on, Kings, Queens? How are you guys doing? My name is King Neb, OG. Welcome to King Nebulous Reactions. We are here today to actually talk about Drake Carrington. Now, I call him Drake Carrington. It's like Blake Carrington from Dynasty. You remember? I don't know if you remember. I'm old school, bro. Just, bear with me. All right. Well, let me just run it in my in my mind, my theory. This is not speculative. This is actual facts. Do I need to start talking like Donald Trump? No, I'm not going to do that. All right. First and foremost, Kendrick Lamar, A$AP Rocky, J. Cole, and Drake all had albums come out in 2011. Okay? Drake was coming up. You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to be a rapper from Degrassi, and now you want to act as a rapper, you're going to surround yourself with rappers. To do what? To get input, feedback, and learn from the experience. Right or wrong. But that doesn't mean you have to steal their style, their cadence, how they dress. That's not original. That's being a culture vulture. Now, granted, Drake's been on top for 15 years. You can't take that away from him. That's undeniable, whether he had ghostwriters or not. We was all bopping our head to his music. In the club, where we dancing with a shorty, riding in the car by ourselves. You know what I mean? We all bopped our head to one of the Drake songs. He's been reigning for about 15 years. Can't be mad at that. Undeniable. But there's also other people that has been reigning as well. You get what I'm saying? Wu-Tang didn't like the song he did about Wu-Tang on his album. Pioneers don't like the record. That said a lot about the culture right then and there. But let's take it back a little bit further. So Drake has a beef with these artists that he brought on tour with him because they branched off and found out that Drake was a fake. Okay? Chasing after Rihanna, disrespect him, he's going to get your ex. It's not looking good. Yeah, you disrespect me, I'm just going to fly your ex out here. I'm going to take a shot, I'm going to poke her, and then I'm going to send her back to you. That's disrespect. And then these these alleged allegations about him and liking them young. There's pictures, there's videos out there. I mean, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, guess what it is? But that's neither here nor there. Now, let me just go back into my mind's Rolodex. We had a group called Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli was fraudulent. They had the image, but the music and the writing, that was not theirs. It caused one of them to unalive themselves. Rest in peace. See, when you live phony, whatever in the dark shall come to light. People need to realize that. Whatever in the dark shall come to light. So now I call Drake the Milli Vanilli of rap. Now, I'm not saying that he can't rap his own voice, but he hasn't been writing. Now, don't get it twisted. Drake does have a catalog of him in 15 years that he wrote some of his own stuff. But then again, he didn't give credit to the people that was helping him on it. So there's that, And then we get on, and so now later on down the line, years go by, there was a cypher, BET cypher. Kendrick went right at him. The dude in the pajamas, he was just going at him. Ha, ha, high five. Remember that one, right? So in my opinion, this is just my 2 cents in this dollar world, but I'm going to speak facts and nothing but the facts from perspective and experience and being around rappers. I know some real underground battle rappers. You get what I'm saying? Sway Sever, Ike P, Poison Pen, Team Homie, period. I know most of them people. I know most of them brothers, Immortal Technique. See, I understand what true hip-hop and lyrics are. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make me an expert, but I do respect the craft. And if you respect hip-hop and you respect the craft, there's rules to this shit. You have to be authentic. You have to speak your piece and stand on what you believe in. You get what I'm saying? And respect the culture. But that's not happening. Culture vulture, want to steal people's styles, cadence, and even the way they dress, and even their hairstyle. That's vulture risk. That is copycat. plagiarism in a sense. You know, Drake, like I said, he had his run. You can't deny him of his run. But when it comes to lyrics, when it comes to the art, understanding the craft, and getting the respect from the culture, he had respect from the R&B culture, but not the rap culture. The boy can rap. When he wrote it, he had the voice. But was it real? How many people get called out for saying things that they're not really real about? You're not pulling up on no block and doing this to an op and, running from a cop. You're not doing none of that. So now we fast forward. We had the battle with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Now we all know, if you have any type of decorum, that sore loserism doesn't fly with us. You either bow out gracefully, lose like a champion. Bow out and I'll return. I'll come back and get you. You got me this round. Rematch. And on top of that, it seems that every time Kendrick Lamar makes a move, Drake wants to get the light shine on him. He wants the light to shine on him. Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem came out with a song. Drake wants to leak a Not Like Us diss track a year and some change later. Like, you should have did all of this right after the battle. But it would have worked if you would have actually bowed out gracefully, went back to the lab, wrote some more heat, asked for round 2. You asked the man to drop, and when he dropped, you dropped down on the status. Common sense is not so common in this world. People are glazing so hard, they got their glazer beams on. You know what I'm saying? Since when did we start liking losers? Trump, Drake, whoever. Since when did we start liking loserism? You get what I'm saying? So much glazing going on, and some of these people don't even know what they're talking about. He loses the battle. He wants to do a lawsuit. He loses the lawsuit. He wants to appeal that. Meanwhile, he said that Kendrick Lamar was using bots and this and that. Kendrick Lamar doesn't have bots on his record. He's not in court with Spotify. I'm not saying Drake is in court with Spotify. It's just that he's been found out to have bots, and so has 21 Savage. People play the bot game to get their views up. But if you got it, you got it. If you're it and you believe in who you are, it speaks for itself. You think you have to get on the block. Say, for instance, you're selling apples. There's word around the town that you got the best apples in town. Do you think people are going to settle for less, or you're going to have a long line around the corner? You're going to have a long line around the corner without even advertising, because word of mouth. I remember when Lil Wayne told Drake to stick to the R&B. He didn't do that. So Drake was ambitious. Coming from Degrassi as being an actor, well, let me act as a rapper. And then we have the nerve to talk about industry plants. Are you kidding me? Doechii is not an industry plant. She raps 10 times better than Drake. Sorry. So when you start pulling stunts like Iceman roll out while Kendrick Lamar's touring, you try to pull a tour, it didn't go so well. You can't sell out as you do arenas. You do arenas, you don't do stadiums. You do arenas, you don't do stadiums. They were saying Kendrick Lamar audience was bots until academics went there and wasn't no bots. If you're a real rap fan who likes lyricism, beats, or the marriage of the two, and know that the person who is spitting these lyrics is usually authentic, then you respect the culture of hip-hop. You respect the culture of hip-hop. There's a difference between a rapper and an MC. Please educate yourself on that. Drake is not an MC, he's a rapper. Okay? An MC takes time, thoughtful, metaphors, punchlines, similes. I mean, whatever it is. Sometimes it may not be anything, just their feeling at that moment. Drake's career is finished. The allegations, the drama, the back and forth, the courts. He's losing. He's destroying his legacy by acting like a Karen. Drake Carrington, the Milli Vanilli of rap. Leave your comments down below. Thank you for tuning in. Like the video, man. Only got 2 subscribers, bro. Peace.